Good evening, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. This is Rich again, back for your third and final video blog of the night for Tuesday, December 2nd, 2014, around 8:18 p.m. in Billerica, Massachusetts. It's snowing out in this area and in eastern Massachusetts, and it's supposed to last for a couple of hours and then change over to rain showers. Only going to be about a half inch in east of 495. West of 495 could get anywhere from an inch, 2, 3, 4, 5 inches. Winter weather advisories are up for west of Worcester, New Hampshire, Maine, and Vermont. And it's supposed to be warm tomorrow, highs in the 50s, so anything that's fell on the ground right now is going to be melted away. And some news to report: the Green Line extension, MBTA, going to Somerville and Medford have got serious federal funding. 43% of the project's going to be federally funded, over $1 billion. That's amazing. The first stop are going to open in 2017 at Union Square in Somerville and Brick Bottom in Washington Street in Somerville, and the rest of the project going, the Medford Hillside one going to College Avenue, Tufts University, is supposed to be open in 2020 or 2021. This is great news. This Green Line going to Somerville and Medford is going to be a boom to the areas where it's going to. It's going to be a boom, in my opinion. That's about it on that. My third and final video blog subject of the night is the personality profile, the daily one. It's about former Major League pitcher Dwight Gooden, also known as Dr. K. Dwight Gooden was a very great pitcher for many years, but his career was short-circuited because of drug and alcohol abuse. He was one of the best pitchers in the 80s and early 90s, and he could have been a Hall of Famer if he did not get derailed by substance abuse and other problems. Dwight was born and he grew up in Tampa, Florida. He was a great baseball player in high school and stuff. He was drafted by the New York Mets in the first round in the 1982 Major League Draft. Dwight only spent 1.5 seasons in the minor leagues. He was a dominating pitcher in the minors. He got a lot of strikeouts in Class A and Class AAA. His only season in AAA, he got 300 strikeouts and 191 innings, and a lot of the coaches in his minor league team says he was ready to pitch in the big leagues. Even though he was 19, he made his debut on April 7th, 1984 at the age of 19. And he was the youngest pitcher ever to pitch in an All-Star game in the 1984 All-Star game at the age of 19. He led the NL in strikeouts his rookie season. He won National League Rookie of the Year, and he finished second in the Cy Young voting to Cubs pitcher Rick Sutcliffe, even though Dwight Gooden had the better stats, like wins, strikeouts, ERA. They gave it to Sutcliffe because he led the Cubs to the division title in 1984, and the Mets finished runner-up. In the next year, 1985, Dwight had another amazing year. He won 24 games. He had an ERA of 1.53, and he had 267 strikeouts. Amazing stats. He was a unanimous choice for the Cy Young. He was only the age of 20, and a lot of people were predicting that Dwight Gooden is going to have a Hall of Fame career. He was on track for 300 wins, well over 3,000 strikeouts, and a very low ERA. He had a solid 1986 season, and he won a World Championship ring with the New York Mets in 1986. But there was red flags for Dwight Gooden. He did not show up to the Mets parade, and that's definitely a no-no. No, that was a first warning sign. He got arrested in Tampa, Florida during the off-season 1987 and stuff, had an altercation with the police, and he flunked a drug test for at the beginning of spring training in 1987, and to avoid a suspension by Major League Baseball, he had to enter a drug rehab program. He missed the first 2 months of the 1987 season, but when he came back, he was a dominant pitcher. He won 15 games in 1987. He had a solid 1988 season. 1989, he was like off. He had a losing season because he was injured. 1990, he had another great pitching performance, and a lot of people were saying that Doc Gooden was on his way to a Hall of Fame career, but in like 1991, he started getting injuries. His like behavior off the field was bad. He was, drinking a lot, doing a lot of cocaine and stuff. His stats went downhill, frequently injured a lot. At the end of the 1994 season, he flunked a drug test, and he was suspended from Major League Baseball for the 1995 season. And at age 30, a lot of people were wondering if Dwight Gooden would ever pitch in the major leagues again. The New York Yankees took a chance on him and signed him to a contract in 1996. He had a great comeback season in 1996. He won about 13 games. He pitched a no-hitter on May 14th, 1996 against the Mariners. That was his only great season with the Yankees. The next season he was basically a below 500 pitcher, and he spent the remaining 3 years of his career bouncing from team to team. The Cleveland Indians, the Houston Astros, the Tampa Bay Rays, and New York Yankees again, and mop-up duty to end his career. He had to retire in 2001 after he got caught by the Yankees in spring training, and his career was all done at the age of 36. He won 3 World Series wins, 1 with the New York Mets and 2 with the New York Yankees, even though he never won a postseason game. And a lot of people said Doc Gooden had a disappointing career, but he had an amazing career the first half of his career, but drugs and alcohol and other personal problems derailed his career. And he had a career record of 191 wins, 112 losses, 3.51 ERA, and 2,293 strikeouts. If Doc did not have drug problems or alcohol problems or off-the-field problems, he probably would have had over 300 wins and probably had a very low ERA, and he probably have over 3,000 strikeouts, and he would have been a first-ballot Hall of Famer. But when he was put on the ballot in 2006 for the baseball writers, 17 writers voted him. He didn't get the necessary 5%. It's been dropped from the Hall of Fame ballot, never considered. He played in 4 All-Star games and stuff like that. And his nephew is Gary Sheffield, who played many seasons in Major League Baseball. And ever since Dwight Gooden left Major League Baseball, he's to battle these demons. Addiction's tough. He's been in and out of rehab and stuff. He's gotten many chances to be coaches and player personnel, but he blows that chances because of his problems. Pray for Doc Gooden to get better, because addiction's a hard thing to break and stuff like that. He's been inducted to the Mets Hall of Fame in 2010. He had a frosty relationship with the Mets after leaving them, but he mended defenses and stuff like that. He's appeared in Celebrity Rehab with Dr. Drew a couple of times. And his career, I think Dwight Gooden's career could have been what if he didn't have these personal demons and stuff. He could have been one of the top 10 best pitchers of all time. We'll never know. And that's about it on that. I'll be back tomorrow, Facebook friends and YouTube followers, with 3 more video vlogs. The first one's going to be my take on the proposed remakes of all these classic television shows, and also the second thing will be Week 14 NFL predictions. And the third and final video blog of the night will be about a very pretty Christmas. There'll be no top 10 list tomorrow or no personality profile, because they need a break. Good night, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. Bye now.